Hi guys, it's Anastasia from Matryoshka Tips. So, should you text right away, wait a day, act casual, be romantic? These are the questions that a lot of men ask after having a first date. And honestly, what you do after the date can matter just as much as what you did during it. And that follow-up moment, is where many guys either build attraction or silently kill it without even realizing. So in this video, I'll share what to do after a first date to increase your chances of seeing her again and what to actually avoid if you don't want to ruin it. Everything I'll tell you is based on my perspective as a woman, but also on research and data that's publicly available online. So it's not just opinion, it's a strategy. Let's get started. So as soon as the date is over or later that evening, send a simple message. For example, hey, I had a really nice time with you today. You're even more fun in person. And that's it. You're not trying to impress, just letting her know you value the time together. Because overdoing it with flattery or texting a long message, it can make you look too eager, especially if you barely know each other yet. So keep it warm, short, and confident. Here, the key is not to, immediately start asking when you will see her again. If she had a good time, believe me, she will already be hoping for that. But what creates attraction is a little space. She should have time to miss the energy she felt with you. So let the feeling sink in for her before pushing for a second meeting. Give her some room to replay the night in her mind. One thing a lot of guys don't realize, following her on every social media platform right after the first date can actually make you look too available. Give it time. If she wants to connect with you more online, she will usually open that door herself, Let her stay curious about you. You don't need to remind her you exist every hour by reacting to her Instagram stories. If she replied positively to your first message, it's okay to follow up the next day. But again, keep it light. Something like, I'm still thinking about that, crazy story you told me. That was cool, hilarious, it's perfect. This shows her you paid attention and enjoyed her vibe, not just her looks. She will feel more emotionally connected when you show interest in who she is, not just that you had fun. And there is actually some data on this. A study shows that women prefer to receive a follow-up message within 24 hours, and the sweet spot is usually the same night or the next morning. Psychologists suggest that texting too fast, like 5 minutes after goodbye, can come off as anxious, and waiting more than 2 days make it look like you're not that into her. So ideally message her the same evening or the next morning. It feels natural and not forced. And you don't need to act cold or uninterested, but you also don't need to reply to every message within seconds, If you're always instantly available, it can start to feel like you have nothing else going on, and that's not attractive. That said, disappearing completely or taking hours without a word can also create confusion, especially after a first date. So if you're genuinely busy, it's totally fine to say something like, oh, I'm in the middle of something, of crazy day, but I'll text you later. And that way she knows that you're interested and respectful with your time. Balance is what builds attraction, show that you have a life, but you're still thinking about her. And let's go over some things you absolutely want to avoid after a first date. Don't send emotional, paragraphs or ask her if she had a good time. Don't talk about serious plans like, future trips or moving in together. Don't, double text if she hasn't replied. Give her space. And avoid generic compliments like, oh, you're so beautiful, if you already said that. Instead, be specific and real, like, I really liked how passionate you got when you talked about your job. That's memorable, At the end of the day, what she remembers is how she felt when she was with you. And that feeling can either grow or fade, depending on how you handle things after the date. A confident, thoughtful message, a bit of space, a little humor. These small things make a huge difference, guys, believe me. You're not trying to convince her, you're inviting her into something that already feels good. So if you just had a date and want to know what to do next, keep it calm, confident, and personal. Show interest, of course. Don't chase though, and let her feel like she's thinking about you, not the other way around. That's it for today, guys. So if you want more advice that actually helps, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Give it a like if you really liked the video, and leave a comment if you've ever overthought a text after a date. We've all been there, believe me. And if you want a more personalized advice, join my Patreon. See you in the next one. Bye.